All right, I'll start here. Quick thoughts: Purdue, Minnesota. Minnesota has been a machine. They've covered all four games. By the way, it goes back to that trend I mentioned for UNLV. Home favorites that have covered with a margin of 14 plus in weeks 4 and 5 are 33% over the past 30 years against the spread. Probably a good spot to sell high on Minnesota. I think this line's way too high, but I don't know if Aiden O'Connell's going to play. I think he is. And Braum came out and said the injury happened in the first quarter against Syracuse. So I think it's just a pain tolerance thing because then he played fine the rest of the game. He was shredding. So, and then there's a couple defensive starters that might be back that Purdue needs. They're starting running back. All of them missed last week against FAU. Their run defense also is pretty good when they're fully healthy. I think this is a good opportunity to buy Purdue and sell Minnesota, but it'll depend on if O'Connell and company are back. Keep an eye on the app. If that comes through, I'll have a pretty good idea that they're all back. Right out to the dead range too, so there's no rush. Any thoughts there? One sentence.
Yeah. You can't handicap Purdue right now because of Aiden O'Connell, running back King Daru, and his calf, and wide receiver Brock Thompson, who's doubtful right now. But I will say that Kirk Soraka coming back to this offense. I know Mo Ibram's going to come back and run the ball. But now that Soraka is back calling plays, the Gophers are just blowing the doors off of people. Their 485 total yards against New Mexico State was their worst offensive performance, and they quit playing in that game in the third quarter. So if you want to avoid all the Purdue questions that we have, play the Minnesota team total over, which I think is probably going to get put in by the end of the night by me.